Today we're going to go through the unboxing of a River Drive barrel. This is a 5-liter barrel that we're about to do another mini barrel project with. We're going to be doing some double oaking, but today I want to show you a little bit about unboxing it and going through the preparation of getting the barrel ready to put your whiskey in. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back. So River Drive Barrels and Barrels Direct provide these barrels, and I've done 2 projects with them already. This will be the 3rd. The first project I did was some Buffalo Trace Mash Bill 1 White Dog. This is those bottles. Pretty cool little tater sticker that a friend made me. So this was the White Dog that we aged. We did that one for 35 weeks. I did it 25 weeks in my basement at 70 degrees, put it out in the heat for about 8 to 10 weeks and lost a lot more. So we went in with 14 of those 375s in a 5-liter barrel. Ended up with about 6 after everything was said and done. So lost probably 50% or a little bit better. And I'd say the majority of that was lost once we went to the heat. As long as I kept it in the basement at 70 degrees, we didn't have a whole lot. I think when I got ready to go to the heat, we bottled it, had 9.5 bottles. And obviously we'd been sampling some over those 25 weeks as well, 35 weeks. So some of it was lost to that. I doubt we sampled a whole bottle out, but anyway, the biggest thing that I like about these Barrels Direct barrels is the customer service. So the quality of the barrel is unflawed. Like, I haven't had one issue with either one of the barrels that we've done. So anytime I did have an issue, reached right out to them and they were real responsive, whether it was email or phone call. They were willing to talk about it. The one issue that I had with the first barrel was that the head never would quit leaking, and it was a small leak. And basically we talked through that, and the answer really was just wait it out, right? Like, keep the water in it and let it go a little longer, typically 3 to 5 days with the water, and it's sealed up. So I know a lot of people like to soak the barrel from the outside, and I think I'd prefer to do that too if I knew of a good method of doing it. Like, I don't know how long to submerge this thing like into a bucket or a tub or whatever, but that's about the only way I know to do it. I think some of the places will have the barrels outside and have sprinklers going over them to keep them wet, but River Drive suggests filling it with water. So that's what we did. I was told to get distilled water from the grocery store and warm it up as hot as you could get it and fill the barrel. So I went and got a metal funnel and the distilled water, and I've already got that heated up, so we'll fill this barrel today. When you get these barrels from them, they send you a lot of goodies. So the first time, they sent stuff for my wife, they sent stuff for the kids, sent some stuff for the dogs even, and this being the 3rd time, obviously we didn't get all of those, but they send you a couple of these wooden spigots, right, because they're wooden and you could have issues with them. I like to soak those in water before I go in, so I've already soaked this one in some water for a little bit to allow it to swell up. And then the biggest thing is just being careful when you tap it in not to break it or fray it on the end there. But they send you a couple of these different bung plugs, one a plug here, and then you've got some for the cap there as well. So I guess the one thing critique wise that I'd like to see is a little larger hole in the top, but I mean, that's just me being picky. But overall the barrels are well made. And they hold up really well. They send you these little wooden staves. So these are for bottles, right? So drop that in a 750 milliliter bottle, give it 7 to 14 days, check it out, maybe add another. I've not done that yet, but I do think that I'd like to do that with maybe an Eagle Rare or maybe a, I don't know, E.H. Taylor small batch or something, just to see what it would do. All right, so to order these, you go to Barrels Direct or you go to River Drive online. You can use Brutally Honest Bourbon for a 10% off coupon. And like I said, if you'll call and talk to them, they'll work with you on these things. They've got tons of different sizes. I go with a 5 liter because it's cheaper to put, that's 7 bottles of whiskey when you go for a 750. We talked about double oaking a Green River Full Proof, and then that went to, I think I want to double barrel Matt Crittenden's 7-year cut above rye. And when I got there the other day, he didn't have enough. So I don't know when he's going to have his next run there. I think he had 2 or 3 bottles left on the shelf. So if y'all are out for those, you better go get them at the distillery as quick as you can. They'll be gone, and they are freaking phenomenal. Double platinum ascot winning whiskey. But we decided to go with a different Crittenden, and so I'll share that with you guys in a future video. I'm pretty excited about it because it's a newer mash bill from Matt, and I think it's going to take the double oaking really well. So we'll see how that goes. But we'll get started. So I used the metal funnel, I guess thinking like hot water, plastic. Is that gonna, introduce any type of plastic or flavor, to the barrel? I try to keep everything as neutral as possible when it comes to that. The other thing is I heat the water up in a pot, and so then I have a hard time figuring out how do I get that into this barrel. So I use the wife's 2-cup measuring cup, and I did that last time. You just about saw a blooper. So I haven't even put the wood spigot in yet. So anyway, stand it up on its end. Be very gentle tapping this in, and just make sure it's going in straight. Should be fine. Make sure the valve's closed. So if you've never done this, the valve in line, that means it's open. The valve opposite is closed. So you want to make sure that's closed. The first time I filled the barrel, the first video I ever did, I'm sitting there just filling it, and the water just starts pouring out the front of it and made a huge mess. So we almost did that again. And there you have it. We'll put our bung plug in. And then we'll let this bad boy sit out in the heat for about 5 to 7 days. When it's ready to go, we'll do another part of this video and show you what it's like filling it up with the whiskey.
3 days later.
All right, so we've went 3 days now, maybe 4. Filled this with the hot water. Didn't have a whole lot of leakage out of this thing at all. So I'm trusting that it's all sealed up. We've got no water leaking. We've dumped the water. I went ahead and put the whiskey in a pitcher to make it a lot easier to get in, and we don't have to do all the bottles. But just know that what we are doing is gonna be a Crittenden bourbon. So this is the Crittenden Cut Above bourbon, which is a lower rye mash bill than the one that we're doing. The one that we're doing is a newer one. It's about 33%, I think, 35, somewhere in there. It's high 30% rye mash bill bourbon. And I don't have the labels because I removed the labels so I could have some labels made for the bottles, and I didn't keep one, so shame on me. Anyway, so we've got the whiskey in the pitcher here. We're gonna go ahead and fill the barrel. We're gonna let this thing sit for 13 weeks or so. We'll check it at 10 and see how we're doing. When we did the old granddad, we pulled half at 10 and the rest at 13. Left it in the basement about 70 degrees. And we'll do the same with this one. We just got too much loss when we put it out in the heat, and there's really no reason to speed these things up because of the surface area to whiskey kind of thing. Like, it's gonna just be exponentially faster. So we'll go ahead and get our whiskey in there, and then we'll let this bad boy sit up for about 13 weeks. Have to make sure I don't have my valve open because I've done that. River Drive has phenomenal barrels, guys. I was talking with Matt Crittenden this morning because I filled this one with water, which is the recommendation of River Drive. But Matt was like, typically what he would do is put his barrels head down in water and then flip it and put the other head in the water and let it soak that way. So the next barrel I get, I think I'm gonna try that, just soaking the head ends in water instead of putting the water on the inside. Had good luck doing the water on the inside last time, no issues there. Only a couple days, didn't even really get a whole lot of char out. Obviously the water didn't take on any color. So I think we're fine. Most likely before this is done, I'm gonna make a mess, so there will be whiskey wasted here, I bet. I hope not, but these are fun projects. This high rye mash bill is gonna be really fun. And I can't wait to get it done and get a bottle back over to Matt to see what he thinks about it. The master of the double oaks. Crittenden double oak was the first. Crittenden double oak was my first experience with Crittenden, and I fell in love with it, so. All right, we'll take the flashlight and take a peek. See where we're at. I'm getting a little nervous. That spigot hole is so small, bung hole rather, is so small. I can see the liquid, but we're getting close. I don't think we're there yet. I know it holds right at 7 bottles, but I feel like last time we came in just shy of 7, but I think it might hold all 7. The smell is so good, man. Uh-oh, maybe we're getting there. Maybe I just got air in it. Oh, I hear it. Yeah, we're there. We are there. Let's see. We just have maybe a pour left in there. Oh yeah, we can get that in there. Gotta push the limits and make the mess, right? Gotta do it. Good thing, if we wasted it, it'd be less than a pour. Oh, there we go. All right. Yeah, for the most part, it took right at 7. So you get a idea of what we had shy of 7 bottles. So whatever we lost, and then just that little bit. So anxious to see where this goes in 13 weeks. Y'all stay tuned. Cheers.